Road trip number 2. Time to unplug Miss Rosie and get to it. We are headed down to Panama City, Florida to see the grandbabies, to see our big boy. And couldn't be more excited for our
second road trip.
Exactly. Road trip number 2. Other than going to see the grandbabies, because that's the most important. It's their birthdays. We want to show you how efficient this car can be, and we're going to show you at every stop of the way the kilowatt hours, the mileage that we got per charge. And we're going to break that down by the different modes that full self-driving will do, and we'll also let you know kind of the amount of driving we do during that period too. So you can see we're loaded down back there. We got presents. This car has so much room in it.
Yeah, we have presents, all of our beach things, all of our luggage. We still have plenty of room, really.
And full self-driving. So, we're talking to you guys. We're talking about what's back there. Oh, she'll get on to me if I don't keep looking forward.
Yeah.
So one thing, if you're wearing a ball cap, especially if you have glasses on, sometimes because the car doesn't pick you up with the camera that's right there, you can't see your eyes. So we'll get a little indicator that says attention monitoring is unavailable. And there it goes. It says attention monitoring unavailable, apply slight turning force to the wheel. So you just kind of got to give it just a little bit. And what it's wanting to do is making sure you're paying attention. So anyway, join us guys as we go. And at every charging stop, we're going to let you know how the car performed. This is the longest road trip yet. So we're splitting this up into 2. So tonight, we're just going to go as far as we can go. We're not going to get tired, but our reservations for our room in Florida is not until tomorrow, so it makes no sense for us to go any further than a little over halfway. So we're going to go about halfway, and then tomorrow morning we'll pick back up. This is our furthest road trip that we've taken, so it's going to be a new challenge for us, a new challenge for this car. This trip wore us out the last time we drove it in the Jeep. Now the Jeep is a bear to drive anyway. It's a little bit more than a conventional sedan or whatever, but this car, without having to touch the wheel, without having to be locked in at all times, it definitely is a game changer with regard to saving your energy. So we can definitely extend our range as far as us driving goes. This is going to be a good test for full self-driving. So here we go. We'll see how she does. I suspect she will do fantastic.
Well, if she doesn't do fantastic, nobody will be here to know.
That's right.
If she wrecks us and we all die, we're not posting a video.
Yeah, she needs to do fantastic. That's right. I don't know about us feeling fantastic at the end of it, but yeah, that's true. I didn't know where you were going with that. Yeah. But here we go. Follow us along. So we are in standard mode, just so you guys can see. And when we stop at our first charging stop, we'll let you guys know how the car performed. We're stopping here in Wilson, North Carolina. And they've got some new chargers set up here. Check this out. Pretty cool here at the Circle K in Wilson. We've learned from previous experience that you don't want to park beside someone when you're supercharging. So we're going to get away from everybody. We're going to park on this side over here since everybody seems to be charging on that side. Now I do know that it matters depending on the version of the supercharger. We're not quite smart enough yet to know what version supercharger we're hooking up to here. If you know how to tell the difference, please let us know it down in the comments, and that's fine, because we're learning as we go, but we're listening to you guys as you tell us stuff. So this is it's not just a Tesla spot, this is an EV spot. So if you'll look behind me, over there, those spots, they're for other kinds of cars, and they have the other kind of outlet that would go into like a Mustang Mach-E or something like that. And then these over here, they're all Tesla superchargers. The ones behind us are all Tesla superchargers. So there's, golly, there's a bunch. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I think it's 21 or 20 superchargers, and of course there's, oh, these are single outlet. So about 20 superchargers here, and then 3 of the other type of chargers. Let's see how Rosie did. We're gonna go into our trips. All right, so here we are. We were at 126 miles, 34.7 kilowatt hours, and 274.9 watt hours per mile was our efficiency. We've already reset trip B. So what we're gonna do is our next trip, we're gonna drive in hurry mode, and we're gonna see how efficient she was. The majority of this trip was all done in standard FSD, and we did a little bit of driving on our own, not a whole lot. And you may not like it, but me and Chas, we love it. What is our favorite fast food, baby?
I don't know about my favorite, but Crystals.
Yeah, we
Probably
love us
because
some
we
Crystals.
don't have one.
Yeah,
so
we love us some Crystals. Good old Georgia favorite, Crystal. If we wanted to, we could just order on the app and have it delivered right out here to us. So, so here we go. We're gonna go get us a sack full. One of the recent updates is live notifications of charging that comes up on your lock screen. We got some Crystals in our belly. We've got a full Tesla. Where are we headed to next? We're headed to buc-ees. In Florence. Yeah. That gas burning internal combustion engine over there was so loud. Couldn't hear that we're going to buc-ees. Buc-ees. So Rosie is full, at least up to 80%, because we don't want to overcharge. We want to make sure that we maintain the battery. We're going to go into charging, and we went up to 80%. We were at 22%, and that cost us $17.19 to charge to 80.
Get on your boots, put it on, look, Blanco.
Our favorite spot here in Florence, South Carolina at buc-ees, and we're going to check our stats here now. Let's see what we've got. Back into trips. Trip A, that's the ongoing. So, but this one, trip B, that's what we did on this trip. So from our last stop to here, we had 39.9 kilowatt hours in total energy. And our average energy was 265.6 watt hours per mile. Charging complete. We just finished up our charging. So since we just finished our charge, since last charge has went to 0, that will begin to populate as we move on. Trip B, I went ahead and reset that because that's going to be our next trip. So our last trip was done in hurry mode, and we were set for about 10 miles an hour over the speed limit. And we did hit a little bit of traffic here or there, so just keep that in mind. But this trip will be done, this next trip that will be calculated here will all be done in chill mode. So when we got to Buc-ee's, we had 29% charge, and we charged back up to 80% to continue on, and that cost us $14.10. We're in, where are we at? Yamasee? Yamasee, South Carolina. If I'm saying that wrong, tell us how to say it in the down in the comments. But Yamasee. So we're gonna go check our trips one more time. So for this trip, we went 139.2 miles. We used 37.1 kilowatt hours of energy. Our average energy consumption was 266.8 watt hours per mile. And we right now are sitting at 30%, and we're getting ready to charge up. This will be our last charge of the evening before we get to the hotel room. This trip, this current leg of this trip, we did it all on chill mode. And we never really got above like 74 miles an hour throughout the whole trip. So if you come to Yamasee and it's after dark to charge, it's a bit of a sketch option. We had to cross a 4-lane road to go over and go to the restroom.
Maybe not after dark, but after midnight.
But yeah, after midnight. We are here after midnight, so I can't complain a whole lot. But it's behind a Wendy's, out here in the dark. I don't know. It's okay.
Yeah.
Chas has a bodyguard with her. There it is, the Yamasee Tesla supercharger station. There's 8 of them. Good option if you're here and you want to stop and get you a lunch or a dinner at Wendy's, but if you're here at midnight 30, probably not the best. So when we pulled in here, we were at 30%. We charged to 57% so we can get on to our next location. But that 27% charge was $7.26, and it took, I don't know, 10 minutes, 10, 11 minutes or so. Good morning from Brunswick, Georgia. It feels like the face of the sun this morning. We grew up in Georgia, and you know, when it's hot like this, it makes me not miss it at all.
Yeah.
But last night we drove a little bit further and forgot to give you guys an update, but we drove all the way to Brunswick. The plan was to drive to Florence, but Rosie does such a good job and driver fatigue is not an issue, so we decided to go further, and we slept in a little bit. But you know, other than being ready for bed, wasn't tired at all. We just talked and hung out.
Yeah.
Full self-driving.
Fun little drive.
Yeah, it makes it fun. I was thinking about it as we were coming down, and you know, I mean, you do have to pay a little bit of attention as the driver, and the seats are very comfortable. I mean, I can't say enough about this car. It's like you're in a plane and you're just, except you're on the ground, right? But I mean, you know, it's like the same feeling as if you're doing air travel, kind of.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
One thing we did notice, and we've got to kind of figure out, and again, tell us in the comments how you deal with these things, but the 20%, 80%. So, you know, the battery, Tesla recommends that you don't let the battery get below 20%, and then they also recommend that you don't charge above 80. Well, that kind of slows you down a little bit. That only gives you 60% battery to work with when you're traveling, so that cuts your mileage down. I don't understand if that's just day to day, or if you're just doing it on a long trip, going to 100 and then going down below 20%, is that okay? Please tell us in the comments, because we'd like to know. But other than that, I mean, really no issues. Managing superchargers, we're beginning to learn how to do that. So you saw last night Chas going through the map and figuring out where the best superchargers are at. A really cool thing that we figured out last night is that you can click on the supercharger station. It'll show you the amenities that are around and even some pictures. So that's a nice little touch.
Yeah, it was a really big help. at midnight when you're trying to find something open.
Yeah, for sure.
'Cause it does tell you open or closed, so
Mhm.
you don't have to click on them. It shows you.
We were going to stop in Walterboro, but there was nowhere open for us to go use the restroom. So that's a problem,
Yeah.
especially at midnight. But
Yeah.
this is the final leg of our trip. We've got about 5 more hours to go until we get to Panama City. And we'll continue to show you guys the efficiency of this car as we go. And then when we finish, we're going to show you the overall efficiency. But so far, so good. No driver fatigue, passenger fatigue.
Nope.
All right, let's go see these grandbabies.
Let's go.
Let's go. So we're out here charging in Brunswick. They've got a pretty substantial charging station here, but if you look behind me, we're witnessed something that we've never seen before. In the silver Tesla, they're getting their Tesla washed as the Tesla's charging. So this guy here in the van, you know, he's exercising his right to capitalism and working his butt off, which we have our hats off to. And he saw a good opportunity to wash cars out here while they charge. That's awesome. That's really cool. That's a great idea. Leg 1 complete of day 2. So this was a short run. We only went 54 miles. We were in standard mode. Total energy used was 15.3 kilowatt hours. Our average energy was 279.2 watt hours per mile. So that was a little under what our total has been here, or a little over actually. So not bad, but we went over 80 a couple times. There was a little bit of traffic too for a crash. Out here in this Florida heat, when you're on your way down this way, it's really nice to be able to keep the car cool while you're out getting your food and the car's charging. So during this charging session, we put it on keep. Look how cold it got the car. She's freezing.
It is cold. It is actually cold.
It works very well.
Not that cold,
but it did work good. We got in here, it's nice and cozy cold.
Yeah.
This was just another little short shot because we had lunch and had a couple of cups of Coke and energy drinks, and we couldn't make it to our next charging stop that Rosie had set for us. So we had to stop a little early. So we're here at the Busy Bee, and let's see what our last trip did for us. So we went 96.9 miles, 27 kilowatt hours of total energy, and our average energy usage was 279 watt hours per mile. So on average, we're right around 279 every time. So this is another one of our places that we really like. It's this is kind of like Buc-ees a little bit. This is a Florida version of Buc-ees called the Busy Bee. They have really, really clean bathrooms here, and a lot of goodies and stuff, kind of like Buc-ees has. Florida's Buc-ees, the Busy Bee. Similar, just a smaller scale. We are all charged up. We stopped here at the Busy Bee. That was $10.45 worth to get us to 80%. we are going to reset the trip and see where we're at. So far, I haven't touched trip A. This is our trip so far, how we're doing with efficiency. Last charging stop. So on this trip, we did 80 miles. Total energy used was 23.8, and our average energy efficiency was 294.1 watt hours per mile. We did pretty good on this one. We didn't go very fast. We were at about 70 miles an hour pretty much the whole way. A little bit rainy, but yeah, that was good. So we're at 48% charge, and we're going to charge what we need to get the rest of the way down to Panama City. So here's something that we've never opened up. This is the supercharging tips, and this is some of the advice that you guys gave us before, but this is actually a selection inside your charging area on the user interface. So we're finishing up charging here, and this charge costs us $8.90. We're at 80%, and that will take us the rest of our way. Next stop, we'll be finished. We'll give you a recap on the whole trip. Trip complete. We are here at our hotel. So this last trip we went on, we did 183 miles, 47.5 kilowatt hours, and our average energy was 259.3 watt hours per mile. So yeah, that was pretty low on average from what we had been doing, but we were also on a lot of back roads and stuff like that. And the car was really getting on it at stop signs and stoplights and taking off. But our average here, so the entire trip was 862 miles. Our total energy used was 237.2 kilowatt hours, and our average energy over the entirety of the trip was 274.9 watt hour miles. We spent $84.45 in charging fees, which came out to about
9 cents a mile.
9 cents a mile, so not too bad. We've got Hungry Harry's. We're ready to refuel. I'm not too tired. Are you tired?
No, but I'm ready to hit the pool.
Ready to hit the pool. Longest trip ever complete. And again, you know, about 9 cents a mile. And I'm not tired. Chas is not tired. We're getting in this pool, and we're going to have some fun. We're going to go see our grandbabies. So, click on the link above if you want to see more Tesla adventure content. We are out.